Well, we've had to change up the schedule a little bit this week, just due to the fact that on Friday we've got a first aid course that we've got to do, so we probably won't have enough time to be able to make it to the gym and get done what we normally do. So we're switching it up a little bit, which might not be a bad thing to be honest, because what we're going to do is run a chest day today, hit arms tomorrow, and then obviously the Friday will be our rest day, and then we can come in and hit legs on the Saturday. And because normally the chest day is straight after legs, and I almost wonder if sometimes the follow-on fatigue from that leg day has kind of affected the performance of the chest day a little bit. So we're about to find out today anyway, given that we've had only 2 days training this week and now into chest. So it'll be good to see sort of what we can do, not having that full week of nervous system fatigue before we come into obviously our pressing work, especially like the bench and the flat press. But yeah, it's going to be good to see where we land today, because I will note that like already now I can tell that I'm definitely not feeling as fatigued and sort of as exhausted as I normally would when I'm coming in to hit chest as the very last day of the training week. So be interesting to see what we can do, and hopefully, obviously, given yesterday wasn't quite sort of what we were after in terms of the lift, we're definitely going to be looking to make sure we get in and leave satisfied today, that's for sure. But with that being said, I think I do want to up the volume just a little bit for this chest day, given that we are feeling pretty fresh coming into it, because we normally sit around that sort of 9 working sets range, but I think today we might up it to sort of like that 12ish, depending on how we're feeling. But I think because normally we have the two flat sort of movements and the incline fly, but I think too I want to incorporate an incline press into today as well. So we'll see how we sort of structure that, but obviously definitely going to be starting off just with our bench to start, and really trying to make a solid stride in that, whether that be load or just execution and reps. So I think we'll start with our bench, then probably move on to the flat press, do our incline fly, and then finish with our incline press. But obviously we'll just structure that to obviously how busy the gym is and what we can sort of get our hands on at that time. But other than that, we might cut it here and cut to the gym. Thanks, bro. Um,
One more. One more. Come on, man. Strong.
all right, slight back down for this last set. Those first two much better this week, so we're really happy with them. Back down a little bit lighter now, more reps, and then we'll call it and move on. that last one really killed. Right, onto this incline press now. Just going to keep it pretty low volume, only 2 sets, and then we'll move on and do our flat press and then finish with the flyers. But don't need too much volume with this because obviously we have quite a lot of pressing today, so just stick to the 2 and just get what we can in reps, and then we can obviously move on from there. That's enough there. Onto the flat press. Well, we were pretty happy with that first set. We just lost a little bit of tension through the mid back towards the end, so keep it same weight. Well, we probably fell a rep or 2 short on that last set of the flat press as what we would have liked, but given the fact that we were able to maintain load right the way through those 3 sets, I'll still take that as a win. So onto our incline dumbbell fly now. This will be last exercise of the day. We'll run 4 sets of these guys and then call it there. Well, I think we're just gonna run this final set, which will be a total of 3 for this, and we'll call it there. There's not really much need for a 4th, to be honest. The pump is pretty real, and I don't think it's going to get any better than what it is. And that's still like a total of 11 sets today, just for chest, so that's well and truly enough. So run this last one, hit some calves, and then that'll be it. Well, that was almost the exact lift that we were hoping for when we came in this morning. I came in and like I was like, you know, a little bit pissed off after yesterday, like didn't quite go to plan, and you always have like that bit more of a sort of a fire or like the aggression behind you when you're like, fuck, you know, like kind of left a little bit to bargain for yesterday, so we're going to come in today and make sure we give it everything we got and leave it all in there. And well, to start off with on that bench, that's probably the best sets of bench that I've had in a bloody long time, you know. And I think too, just like the addition of the spotter just gives a bit more like confidence when you're in that sort of position where the weight's like kind of towards your sort of top end, and you know, and like you're almost like not in the back of your head thinking, oh fuck, what if I can't get it? And obviously because in a bench situation it's pretty difficult to be able to try and get out of it if you do fail. So just having that thought in the back of your mind where you're like, okay, if I don't got this, it's all good because we've got the spotter there, so you can really just try and fucking lock in and go as hard as you can. And well, that was pretty evident today on that 2x5 on that 2 plate. We are definitely the best the bench has ever gone. And you know, I think sort of like the momentum from that definitely carried over into the rest of the day. Like pretty much everything we were doing just felt sensational, and we were like really in the zone and just ready to fucking give it everything. And even off to that incline, like we haven't done the incline for ages, and we sort of didn't know where we were going to lie. Not too fussed about weight on that. It was more just to be able to get some of that upper pec stimulus, and well, even that was feeling red hot as well. And then of course back to that flat press in the machine, managed to hold weight all 3 of those sets, which I was more than happy with that. Even though like we're not so much focused on the weight or anything like that, it's just good when you're in the cut and you know your sort of body weight's reducing, that you're able to still hold the load week to week. Gives you a good peace of mind that you're not pushing weight down too hard, that you're getting to the point where you're starting to fatigue. And obviously if you're getting to that point and the weights are really starting to drop from week to week, and you feel it physically where you're not at your strongest, maybe you might have to readjust things a little bit and maybe schedule some high days throughout those lower days on your diet, just to sort of help give you a little bit more of a boost to try and maintain as much of that strength as you can. But I think all in all, we sort of got nothing to question about that lift today. And obviously now it sets us up in a good spot to come in tomorrow and sort of fucking send it on our arms. And arms is always a good day, you know, like once you get the juices flowing and that gnarly pump and the fucking forearms like all vascular and shit, and it starts to look sick, you sort of without even like question, you're in your own head going, yeah, this is fucking awesome. And you know, you're in it, and it's just once you get that pump going and you feel that, and you're like, yeah, this is perfect. So hopefully if all things go well tomorrow, we'll be back in, nail another good day, and yeah, continue the week and finish off with some good lifts. But other than that, we'll see you tomorrow.